Hello, my name is Jordan Anderson. How are you doing today? And today I am going to be talking about my business model summary. Um, my MVP, I started with the business NetTech. NetTech is a low voltage contractor that is conducted of three parts. Part one is to consult, meaning you'd be a consultant for what I started off was thinking about for the homeowners and for general contractors and custom home building. And the reason I kind of came up with this idea is it was frustrating to me, being a previous installer, that people would know what they want, but they don't know how to get what they want, and they'd often leave that decision up to a contractor who wasn't quite fully aware of what it really took to have these particular services. And so the first part was to become a consultant for the homeowner. And so then the second part was to be the actual installer, to be the subcontractor to go in and to install all the low voltage system that they would need for all their additional systems that they want once the house is being built. And then the third part of this uh, idea was to not only be the consultant or to install the system, but why not even sell the services? So I've actually reached out and partnered up with a individual that actually offers and sells. So I am a direct salesman for DirecTV, Dish Network, IQ Quest, CenturyLink, and HughesNet and Vicet. And so, I mean, the list goes on and on. Um, Ultimately, kind of was going towards the raising standards of home technology. There was a problem that people today are building all these gorgeous houses, but not any of the infrastructure is actually set up for everybody's services that they want. Everybody wants internet. Everybody wants a form of entertainment, whether it's streaming videos, some sort of technology, and often it leaves wires scattered all over on the exterior of the house. And so today I kind of wanted to bring that awareness, thinking why leave it up to the contractors who don't know everything? Why leave it up to electricians that they're so they're more focused on their high voltage rather than the low voltage? And so often the low voltage really suffers when it comes to at the end of the construction, at the end of the house, when it finally gets put together. And then to have an installer say, oh yeah, I can give you the service, but I'm going to have to drill holes through your nice new house. So for the market size, I just started in the Idaho Falls and Bonneville County area. It Some of the research was kind of often hard to kind of come up with. Some of it wasn't quite near as up to date, but here you can see um, that my SAM was 65,395, and from that, my target range was between the 18 to 74 year olds. And so I took my target of the 65,395 and I've divided that by the 340 houses on average being sold to give me a 215.15 potential custom uh, customers building a new construction house each year. Here is the beginning of my business model assumption. When I first started this process, I was looking at um, the customer segments would be construction, custom construction, people building spec homes. And I also thought it was more like the customers that would be building a house. I thought I would have that relationship with them. And so here you also see that my customer relationship kind of developed to, okay, well, my customers are the homeowners, but my customer relationships to tie it all together would be the contractors. And so then I kind of thought, okay, well, my key partners would, of course, be just my suppliers. Um, I feel that the value I developed was that I would be incorporating future planning as well as upgrading. Not only will I meet the demands of customers, but also due to my experience and vast knowledge of the low voltage, that I could essentially set up their house for not only for them, but for the next family that's to come and the next modern technology, because technology is rapidly adapting. I wanted to actually incorporate a system to where I can easily interchange all the cabling to meet those demands. Uh, I think it's a great value to have a clean professional insulation, meaning the walls ran within the in the walls make it look clean and professional rather than when people have wires scattered all over the exterior of the house and drilling holes through the house. It breaks my heart every time to see a gorgeous brand new house built and then to have people just run cables all over and punch holes wherever they think needs to be done. So typically another value is this I'd be raising the industry standards for the service installation, meaning electricians, they have a set standard that they follow up to code, and then each year their code books get thicker and thicker and thicker. Well, they're so concerned with so much going on that it doesn't keep up with today's society. And even I've talked to some of the realtors, and they said hands down they would be able to sell a technology house or a house that has the capabilities of interchanging a lot quicker. And in some areas, due to my research, they stated that none of them used it. As far as my sales, it would be so the first amount of fee would be for my consultant fee. The second sales would be for the actual labor to do the install, and then my third fee would be for the services to sell the product. And so, I mean, it's going to be interchangeable as maybe a package deal, or if you just want one or the other individual. So then here is my next most recent up to date during the process of learning that, thinking the home builders were going to be my direct customers. Turned out that they know what they want, but they don't. They want to rely on the general contractor. So then I discovered that the contractors are really going to be my main focus of customers, and that my key partners I thought were just all but my service providers, but it turned out that my key partners are also, in a sense, the general contractors and the real estate agents that are trying to sell these uh, houses. And so, kind of going through, I've learned, I confirmed that the future planning and upgrading is outstanding, and that by raising the standards and to kind of exceed their expectations, I've confirmed that the sales service, a lot of people want the consulting side, but uh, not necessarily the insulation side. And then finally, I have my scale sheet, or I should say my score chart card. Kind of just talking through, started with a group of families that I know that are building, and they're like, yeah, we think today's house lack technology. Yeah, would be interested in hiring installers and consultants. Um, But then when you kind of start to ask, well, do you want a jack of many trades? Like, you want a general contractor and an electrician that does everything, but they're focused on high technology or high voltage rather than low voltage? And they're like, well, no, we don't want a jack of many trades. We want a master of one trade. You'd hire a plumber to do the plumbing, you'll hire an electrician to do the high voltage. Why not hire a network low voltage company to do specifically the low voltage that will meet your needs? And so the families were all excited and they scored pretty high on that. But like I said, as I start to discover that my the general contractors were going to be my next best friends, I actually extended my contracts and started reaching out to many different general contractors. And, they're like, yeah, we agree there's a need for it. But they're still kind of in their old ways, wanting to do the old things. And so then I reached out and I started talking to real estate agents. They're all excited about it. They're, yeah, everybody thinks that the technology lacks, and we would love to sell a product that actually had the capabilities. And so after averaging all those, just kind of asking those three general questions, on a scale of 1 through 5, like I said, everybody agrees that there is a lack of technology, and everybody agrees that they would hire a master of each individual opportunity. But it's still kind of in that new phase of to whether it would be a common thing. I know it's common in the commercial industry, but it's not common in residential. So, like I said, I think I covered everything else. I look forward to your reviews. Just let me know, and that way I can make those adjustments. Thanks.